welcome. This is Starr 103.5 FM. The secret to success is to believe in your dreams, in your potential, that you can be like your star. Keep searching, keep believing, and don't lose faith in yourself. There's a quote from Neymar Jr., football, of course, and this is how I choose to welcome you to the Sports Chat on Starr 103.5 FM. Thank you so much for choosing Starr. And we are grateful, of course. Good morning to you wherever you're doing the listening. Good morning to all the trotro drivers who are listening to us and making sure that all the passengers are also listening to us right about now. Thank you so much. Our show is live on Facebook. Get to Facebook Starr 103.5 FM and get to enjoy the show. Don't forget to give us a follow on Facebook as well. And this morning we have news from the English Premier League. Yesterday, Mohamed Kudus made a return after 5 games of absence. Yes, he was banned for 5 games and he made a return in a game where his side actually lost to Jordan Ayew's Leicester City. We'll bring you details of that game, and then we'll bring you details from Germany as well. Yesterday, Leverkusen and then Bayern Munich were in the DFB Pokal, and that game went in favor of Bayern Leverkusen. So Bayern Munich are out of the DFB Pokal. In there are some games this today, and well, trust me, promises to be awesome, because Arsenal are going to be at home and welcome Manchester United. And then yesterday, Barcelona had to come back. Yes, I told you guys yesterday on the game that Barcelona are listening to the song Redemption Song. Yes, they had to redeem themselves, and then they beat Mallorca by 5-1. Would bring you all the results from the La Liga, and then the fixtures today. Real Madrid is going to be in action. But then, first of all, let me bring you this tennis news. And Australian tennis legend Neil Fraser has passed away at the age of 91. The former world number 1. Fraser won the Wimbledon singles title in 1960 and the US National Championship in 1959 and 1960 during the amateur era. Over his career, he claimed 11 men's doubles and 5 mixed doubles Grand Slam titles and was part of 4 Davis Cup winning teams as a player. Later, he captained the Australian team to 4 more Davis Cups over 24 years. So rest in peace to Neil Fraser, Australian tennis legend who died at the age of 91. Okay, let's just move on to the FIFA Club World Cup, because the pot for the FIFA Club World Cup has been made, and tomorrow we'll see the draw. And don't forget that FIFA has actually brought some interesting teams like Inter Miami. They've qualified for the FIFA Club World Cup. So for pot 1, we see the likes of Manchester City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, Flamengo from Brazil, Palmeiras, River Plate, and Fluminense in pot 1. In pot 2, so if you find yourself in the same pot, it means that you can not meet the club that you find in the same pot. So for example, Manchester City and Real Madrid are in the same pot. It means they cannot meet in the group stage. So pot 2 sees Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, Porto, Atletico Madrid, Benfica, Juventus, and then Salzburg. Pot 3 sees Al Hilal, Ulsan HD, Al Ahly, Wydad AC, from Africa, of course, Monterrey, Lyon, Boca Juniors, and then Botafogo, who are actually champions over the weekend in South America. So pot 4 sees Ura Reds, and then Al Ain. Yes, don't forget Al Ain. If you remember Al Ain, Asamoah, yes, his club Al Ain, also in the Esperance Tunis, in the Mamelodi Sundowns from Africa, Pachuca in the Seattle Sundowns from the MLS, and Auckland City, and then of course Inter Miami. So these are the pots for the FIFA Club World Cup, and the rest, of course, we have the European clubs participating in the tournament. 4 clubs from the Southern American zone, and then it is just like a World Cup, but this time for the club. So we wish the African teams all the best. We hope that they can go all out and make us proud. But then obviously, this European teams always go on and win. So Manchester City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, and the likes are favorites to go on and win in there. Okay, let's move on to England and Crystal Palace centre-back Maguire. We understand that he might not face a charge. So over the weekend, the English Premier League made their captains put on rainbow armbands. Now, the rainbow armbands is an initiative from the English FA to show support for the LGBTQ community in the United Kingdom. So all the captains across were asked to wear the laces or rainbow armband, and for Captain Maguire of Crystal Palace, he decided to put the inscription "I love Jesus" on his armband, and it has sparked some controversial arguments and all that. But then trust me, we understand that he is not going to get punished. Just that he will be spoken to, because the FA forbids the FA's rules forbids any political or religious message on an armband. And another captain, Leicester City's captain Morsi, actually decided not to wear. He is a Muslim, and he decided not to put on the rainbow armband in there. Okay, let's move to Leicester City. Yesterday, as I said, Mohamed Kudus made a return, but then it was a defeat for his side, West Ham United, as they lost at the King Power Stadium to Ruud van Nistelrooy's Leicester City, who began his reign with a morale-boosting 3-1 win over West Ham, restoring belief among fans after a 4-1 defeat to Brentford. Appointed to replace Steve Cooper, Nistelrooy emphasized the importance of building confidence through victories, while acknowledging the need to improve their in various aspects of the team's play. So the win lifted Leicester to 15th in the Premier League, with former manager Graham Potter praising the result as a perfect start to gaining trust and belief from the players and support. Now let's get to listen to Ruud van Nistelrooy speaking after the game yesterday.
In the end, you look at the result, and the 3 points in the position that we are in are vital. Also with the other fixtures of this playing round, we knew it was a big one for us. The result was that mattered. Of course, I've also seen the game, and West Ham was dominant, had so many chances, so many shots. But I think our fighting spirit, our togetherness got us through the game, and we were very effective in scoring ourselves. So a great night in the end.
Great night for Ruud van Nistelrooy. He hoped that he would have stayed at Manchester United as probably an assistant manager. He says that the only assistant manager job he would accept is at Manchester United, and he was interim manager for 4 games. And then Ruben Amorim came and said, "Oh, guy, Charlie, I have my own plan, so you have to go." And well, he has now been appointed Leicester City manager, and he's won his first game against West Ham United. Mohamed Kudus was in that game. He played almost 90 minutes, and then was subbed for Fulkrug, who came on to get a consolation goal for West Ham United. So that game ended 3-1. Jamie Vardy scoring in that game yet again, and this is what it actually means. Jamie Vardy has now scored the first Premier League goal under 6 different managers at one club, extending his own record. So he has a record of being the player to score the first goal under 6 different managers. So he scored the first goal under Claudio Ranieri, Craig Shakespeare, Claude Puel, Brendan Rodgers, Steve Cooper, and now Ruud van Nistelrooy. Jamie Vardy getting old but getting sharper by the day. Okay, let's move on to Manchester City, because boss and manager Pep Guardiola has rubbish suggestions of a rift with Kevin De Bruyne, insisting he's desperate to have the playmaker back at his best. A number of prominent pundits, including former City defender and club ambassador Michael Richards, have questioned why the Belgian international has not been starting games amid the champions' dramatic slump. City have not won in 7 outings in all competitions, with De Bruyne featuring only as a substitute in the last 5 of those matches after recovering from a pelvic injury. Speaking ahead of the game, the Nottingham Forest game, Pep Guardiola denied rumors of a rift between him and the Belgium defender midfielder.
I would love to have the Kevin who is prime with 25, 26, 27, 28 years old. Of course I would love it. He will love it. But he has not have 23, 24, 25, 26 anymore. So, and have injuries in the past, important ones, the long ones, and he's a guy who needs to be physical fit to his pace, his energy. But you think I'm complaining for that? It's nature, it's normal, it's happened. It's this amount of cattle played 10, 11 seasons, a lot of games. I know he's desperate to help us. He's going to give us a glimpse of brilliancy that only he can have, and the other one. But always I said the same. For himself, he's not solved our problems. Like Erling is not solve our problems. Always we attack together, we defend together. It's not, okay, this guy's defending, this guy's attack. The team was not like that. Today the modern football is not like that. And of course we wanted that the best players, the best players back. And hopefully, step by step, because still in November and have minutes and the confidence come back and results will help us, can give us the best of him or the best of all of us.
Right, so there you have Pep Guardiola, who says, come on, why would I be fighting with my own playmaker, Kevin De Bruyne? And I want him to be fully fit before he can actually start games in there. Okay, of course, there are games in the English Premier League. I'll bring you all of that. But then let's move on to Chelsea, because Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca says the club, Chelsea, can dominate the Premier League for the next 5 years. The 44-year-old Italian has repeatedly played down his team's title chances this season, despite Chelsea being third in the table and level on points with Arsenal. Chelsea have spent more than 1.5 billion since the Clear Lake takeover on young players on longer contracts. Now the likes of Enzo Maresca, Moises Caicedo, Nicolas Jackson are hitting peak form, adding to the star impact of Cole Palmer over the past 18 months. Maresca believes the inexperience of a squad, which has an average age of just over 23, is a reason they would ultimately fall short this season.
The good thing is that I still think what I said to the owners and to the sport director the first time I met them. Because of the age and because how good is the squad, for me Chelsea in the next 5-10 years will be one of the team or the team that is going to dominate English football. This is what I said to the club the first time I met them. No matter who will be the manager for the next 5-10 years, because of the age and because of the squad, you can dominate English football. And I still think exactly the same. Now, in terms of target, they didn't ask me any target. The only thing they ask me is to try to build for the next years something important. I think we are in the right direction. And in terms of personal target, I know that from outside you struggle to believe, but I just finished to see how today, this afternoon, the session we can help the players to improve and the team to improve. I'm focused about Southampton for sure, but I'm not focused about end of season, next season, 2 season, because it's not real.
So that was Coach Enzo Maresca of Chelsea. He believes that Chelsea, this team, can dominate for 5 years. Chelsea fans, you guys are on cloud 9. Yeah. The coach says they don't want to be classified as title challengers this season, so you guys should calm down. But then, Charlie, you guys can dream, because it is football, anything can happen. Well, let's move to the top of the league, because Coach Anslot, ahead of his game tonight against Newcastle United, believes that they are in a good position, and it is actually a good thing. But then he would actually prefer that they take things slowly, and says it is going to be a difficult away fixture.
I've said many times already, we don't look at it at this moment like this. We know we have a difficult week coming up again, and where we fought Madrid and City were very difficult teams to face, which they actually were as well. I think it's even harder to go away in an away game to Newcastle. So we're not even halfway to the season yet. But it's a good position to be in. That's definitely true.
Yeah, of course, on top of the English Premier League table would always be a good position to be in. Ancelot, coach of Liverpool. Now let's move on to their opponent, Eddie Howe, coach of Newcastle United, says that past results won't define today's game, because they're going to make it very difficult for Liverpool in tonight's English Premier League fixture.
So certainly from my viewpoint, I don't prepare the game that way. I prepare the game to try and win with a fresh set of eyes every time you play a new opponent or an opponent, because teams change and evolve, as I said, every time you play them. I think the games we've had against them have been, as you say, they've been tight. Especially the home games have been really difficult losses for us to take. The last one was a painful one that we remember from last year. But I think every time you play an opponent like Liverpool, you learn new things. And yeah, I think it'd be a great occasion. Love playing under the lights at St James's Park. I'm sure it'd be a great atmosphere, and we need to create that to make it uncomfortable as we can for them.
Right, so that was Eddie Howe, coach of Newcastle United, who would take on Liverpool tonight. But then, before I bring you the fixtures in the English Premier League for this evening's games, yesterday Ipswich were home and lost to Crystal Palace. Jean-Philippe Mateta scoring in the 59th minute for Crystal Palace. So it actually means that Crystal Palace would move up and out of the relegation zone. Yes, they have moved to the 16th position with 12 points, and Ipswich will now move back into the relegation zone. Now, Leicester City also beat West Ham United by 3-1 in the Spanish La Liga yesterday. Mallorca were at home and lost to 5-star Barcelona. Yes, Barcelona scored 5 against Mallorca, and we saw the likes of Pau Victor, Frankie de Jong, Rafinha scoring a brace, and then Ferran Torres scoring in the 12th minute for Barcelona. Of course, Muriqi got a consolation in the 43rd minute for Mallorca there. And yesterday, surprisingly, in the German DFB Pokal, investors, yes, Charlie. It didn't go well. Of course, Bielefeld beat Freiburg by 3-1, and Rosenberg lost to Regensburg. Actually, lost to Stuttgart by 3-0. Bayern Munich were at home and lost to Leverkusen by 1-0. That game, had a red card, and Neuer saw a red card in the first half, and that game actually affected their performance. So the red card affected their performance, and it went in favor of Bayern Leverkusen. So Bayern Munich's recent DFB Pokal campaigns, of course, have been underwhelming with early exits in 5 consecutive seasons. So in 2021, they were eliminated by second division Holstein Kiel in the round of 32, and then in the next one, they were knocked out by Borussia Mönchengladbach in the round of 32 yet again. They fell to Freiburg in the quarterfinals in 2022, and in 2024 they were upset by third division Saarbrücken in the round of 32. Now this year, 2024, they have been eliminated by Leverkusen in the round of 16. Of course, the defeat saw Bayern reduced to 10 men after Manuel Neuer received his first ever career red card in the 17th minute. Okay, so and we also saw Werder Bremen beat Darmstadt by 1-0 in the Italia Coppa yesterday. Bologna beat Monza by 4-0, and then AC Milan beat Sassuolo by 6-1. Right, tonight we have interesting games in the English Premier League. Everton will take on Wolves at 7:30 p.m. Manchester City will be at home. Yes, they also want to play that song, redemption song. They want to redeem themselves. They want to put themselves back into the title race. Well, they need to beat Nottingham Forest tonight at 7:30 p.m. And Newcastle United will be at home. Can they stop the champions? Well, not champions. They're not champions yet. Liverpool are not champions yet. But can Newcastle stop top of the table Liverpool have just lost one game. Liverpool has lost just one game. They lost to Nottingham Forest at home, and they've drawn to Arsenal. These are the games where they've dropped points. Can Newcastle take some points away from Liverpool tonight? Well, we'll see that at 7:30 p.m. And then Southampton would be at the St. Mary's Stadium and welcome the Blues Chelsea at 7:30 p.m. as well. At 8:15, Arsenal would be at home and welcome Manchester United. Amorim football is going to be Amorim football, Arteta football. Well, time will tell. 8:15, Arsenal taking on Manchester United again. At 8:15, we would see Aston Villa, who need a win badly. Yeah, they need a win badly. They've not done so well in the last 7 to 8 games. It has been poor for them. They would take on Brentford at 8:15 p.m. as well. And in La Liga tonight, big game, because Athletic Bilbao, Inaki Williams and his brother Nico Williams will be taking on Real Madrid, and it's going to be a crucial game because if Madrid can beat Athletic club. Tonight, they'll close the gap on Barcelona with 1 game in hand. If you drop points, well, it'll be good news for Barcelona. And I would see DFB poker action tonight as well, 5 p.m. FC Cologne take on Hector Berlin, and then Wolfsburg would welcome Hoffenheim. Would see Karlsruhe take on Augsburg. Leipzig welcome Frankfurt. Italian Coppa Italia, Fiorentina play Empoli in there. And we understand that the player who collapsed, Bove, is back and doing well. Well, you might not see him in action tonight, but then at least he's not gone. So we thank God for his life in there. Okay, I think that should be for sports this morning. Don't forget to join us on the game at 1 p.m. Would bring you all the highlights from yesterday's game, bring you previews and the thoughts of some managers' analysis into today's game, especially the Arsenal Manchester United game. Can Manchester United go and beat Arsenal and move into the top 6? Well, time will tell. My name is Jones, ADZI. This is Starr 103.5. Big shout out to the man holding me down. Trust me, I'm not here alone. Yes. Man working behind the scenes so you can get to listen to me, so you can get to watch us on Facebook. Big shout out to Emmanuel Donko and then Joey. Thank you guys so much. Yes, you guys are doing a yeoman's job, and we outside, of course. This is Starr 103.5 FM.